everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Spring Countdown. My name is Natalie.
And I'm Ikira Patterson.
And today we have an amazing lineup for you. We have several guests who will be talking to us about all things spring. And without further ado, we're going to jump into it by having Ms. Grace Thomas talk to us about SRPI.
Okay, so what is SRPI? What does it stand for?
SRPI is the Southern Regional Press Institute hosted by the Savannah State University's Journalism and Mass Communications program.
All right. What's you guys' biggest priorities right now? What are you guys mainly focusing on right now?
Focusing on that we have strong panelists, that we have great workshops for all attendees, and making sure that the program is going to run smoothly as possible.
Okay, so Grace, tell us, for those students who don't know, why is SRPI important and why should they attend this conference?
SRPI is extremely important because it allows students to go ahead and get a jump start within their career. It gives them the opportunity to network, meet multimedia professionals within the career fields of their choice, from public relations to film, and it also allows them the opportunity to ask questions, gain that hands-on experience, attend conferences, workshops, and different things of that nature that just is going to help them better prepare themselves for their career.
Okay, and you know, it's a Southern Regional Press Conference, so there are students here who are not part of mass communications. Is this only for mass comm department, or is this for everyone on campus?
If you want to attend, that's more than welcome, but it is really geared towards multimedia students. If you are business and marketing, you might be able to take something from it, but if you're biology, you might come and say, this isn't really meant for me.
Right, but at the end of the day, it can still be an amazing networking opportunity for students, you'd say.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And I know a lot of organizations, they face challenges for funding, lack of resources and everything. What's a challenge you guys would say y'all go through?
I would say securing panelists that the students would want to hear from and to see. Just finding panelists that we know have a good story to tell, who are current, who can help give the advice that our students need.
Yeah.
It's easier to find a panelist to say who just graduated recently, who's been working in the field for about 4 years, versus someone who's been out in the game for forever, because you just left. The students understand you were just here, so you know what advice to give to help them make sure this is what you need to do while you're still in school.
Yeah. And then another thing with engagement in social media, how social media is just taking over our generation. How do you guys keep up with new trends? How do you stay on top of the trends to keep the people engaged?
Well, I would definitely say by talking to the students. We do have a National Association of Black Journalists student-led chapter. They're going to be really spearheading a lot of the social media. We're going to be doing actually a social media countdown leading up to SRPI, giving tips and tricks and making sure that everyone knows what they can expect from this year's conference.
Okay, well, we have heard what SRPI is and who can participate in SRPI, but tell us, when will SRPI be this year?
SRPI will be this year, February 19th to the 20th. It's going to be held right here in Whiting Hall in Savannah State's campus. It's the entire building, so make sure you come downstairs, see what's happening. From Chan Auditorium to our classrooms, we have something for everyone.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. All right, guys. So that'll be it for our segment for SRPI. Coming up next, we'll talk about spring fling. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ikira Patterson, and
I'm Natalie.
And today, for segment 2, we'll be talking about spring fling. And we have our guest, Miss Juju Evans. She's gonna, give us some feedback on spring fling. So Juju, I've never been to spring fling, and I don't know anything about spring fling. Have you ever been to spring fling?
No, I haven't been to spring fling, but I feel like a lot of my friends have gone. So I've heard about some of the events that they host. I really do want to go this year. I'm kind of anticipating it.
Is there anything you're looking forward to, any performances, balls, parties?
This year I'm really looking forward to a day party. I haven't been to one. I've never been to a day party. I know last year they did a foam day party, and that was really cool, but I think I was working, so if they do something similar to that, I'd be interested in going.
Yeah, well, like you ladies, I have never been to a spring fling, but what I have learned is that it is supposed to be this big exhale before finals hit. So if that's what they're doing, what I would like is for students to have a say in who they have at these parties, because I remember them having certain artists, and well, not all students were feeling them, so I'm thinking students should have a say in who comes to entertain, and these events should really be free. I'm hoping they're free.
Heavy on the free part. So since you're a student here at Savannah State, and we're talking about the free things, how do you feel about events, having to pay for certain events and stuff, considering we're students and we pay to be here and everything?
Me personally, I'm very I'm very selective about what I choose to spend my money on, especially when it comes to events that are hosted by CAB, our students, our campus activity board. I feel like, especially with homecoming this year, a lot of events weren't worth paying for. So I think this spring and throughout all of the events that we have this semester, I'm just going to be very selective. I'm going to make sure I do my research and I'm not signing up or paying for something that isn't really what it's advertised to be.
Well, and also, this is happening before the end of the semester and before finals. How important do you think this is for us to just have a party atmosphere, something for us to relax and unwind before we take on finals, especially for those of us who are exiting? I say it's very important.
Yeah, it's definitely very important. I feel like towards the end of the school year, we kind of lose that sense of camaraderie. So I feel like events like free events, especially like color wars, color raves, phone parties, day parties, circle parties, any kind of party.
Any kind of party, it gives us a chance to come together, right?
It gives us a like sense of community again, and you kind of like unwind before graduation. I know I'm not graduating, I'm a sophomore, but I see how stressful it is for my fellow students. Seniors who are graduating, I see how stressful it is for the faculty and staff that are organizing everything. So I think like Spring Fling is definitely that opportunity to kind of just restart, rewind, and just relax.
Well, guess what? I am a senior who's graduated. I have practicum, I have a full schedule, and so since I've never been to a Spring Fling, I am definitely looking forward to this one. I feel like I need this before I make my big exit. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, and then one more thing, so like when it comes to like going out and everything, are you the type to like get dressed up, or like you trying to dress for, like the occasion, fit the theme? Like how are you?
Well, me personally, I love themes. I love a themed event. I love a themed party. I take themes very, very seriously. So if you saw me during homecoming, I bought a whole new wardrobe for homecoming. So I regret it partially, but I enjoyed myself. When it comes to things like Spring Fling and where we're going to be outside a lot, I try to reuse what I have. I have so many clothes. But I do dress for the occasion all the time, and I dress for the weather.
And we really have to factor in the weather because it's going to be spring, which is great.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for our segment Spring Fling. Stay tuned for what's next.
And today, we are going to be talking about one of the most exciting happenings annually here in Savannah. You guessed it, it's Orange Crush. And here to talk to us about Orange Crush is Miss Miley Baxter.
Hi, everyone.
Tell us, what is Orange Crush, for those who don't know?
Okay. Orange Crush is an annual beach party on Tybee Island. There's parties before, events. They have concerts on the beach. They have vendors on the beach, and different things you can do for the youth, basically, around here, especially college students.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to specifically during Orange Crush?
So when I went my freshman year, there wasn't a permit, so there wasn't an official DJ and party and stuff, but this year they've changed that, and the year previously, so there's going to be a stage, actually I'm waiting for artists to come out. I'm excited for the new experiences of having it more organized from learning from the past.
So for Orange Crush, do you have like a fit you're trying to put on? Because like it's really highly anticipated, so people literally look for this stuff like right now. Have you started?
I would say, especially since it's still a little cold outside, it's a great time to look online.
Yes.
Definitely want to be in a bathing suit. It's hot. It's the beach. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to have to walk to your car, walk back. Definitely dress light and bring stuff light. Like, you don't need a big bag or nothing. You need a little purse, your phone, your keys, and to go back and forth. It is going to be very hot in April.
And, like, previously, I've been going since 2022 or 2023. You have to get out there early. So, like, what's y'all's game plan to get out there and just be out there? Like, are y'all going to have, like, a B&B, or are you just going to pack up and just go out there early?
I would say for Savannah State students, I would not suggest a B&B just because we already live in the area, so there's no point in going back and forth, and it might be harder to get back to your B&B than it even is to get back on campus. I would suggest waking up early and getting there early, because even if you go to I've done before, restaurants in the area, so there'll be breakfast places, you make breakfast, and are you be in the beach area, so you have to worry about the traffic getting there and back, because the later you come, the more likely you're going to miss the whole party, because it's late, and everybody's trying to get on the beach too.
Well, since, as you said, we're already here on campus, would you suggest that people drive, or should they just like carpool, Uber?
I would suggest you drive. Ubers are going to be very, very expensive at this time, and if you go earlier, you will find parking. So I suggest you drive and just pay for parking and near the beach, near the area, so that you don't have to worry about, especially if something does happen, you can go back to your car and have to wait for an Uber. Because everyone is going to be waiting for these $100 plus Ubers.
Okay, well, I'm really happy that I'm speaking to both ladies who have been to Orange Crush, because during the summer I'm always gone. So tell me, I have heard that there's some controversy surrounding Orange Crush. What is that about?
So in previous years, since there was no permit, there was basically nobody over security, over people doing young actions and stuff like that.
Right.
So since they changed it, the controversy was just kind of, everybody needs to now know the rules, and they have security, they have police on the beach and different things to help regulate what's going on.
Okay, thank you for that.
So it's a beach party. Is there any songs that's gonna have you let's turn up?
Well, recently Bunny B came for homecoming, so I would say a lot of her music messing with the summer vibe, because it'll be warm, school's about to end soon, so all the Pluto, YK, Bunny B, all that vibe lit for the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, and this isn't just for Savannah State students, right? Is it all universities in and around
It's
Savannah?
all universities in and around. People always normally come from Atlanta, come from even South Carolina and stuff to enjoy this party, because it's one of the biggest ones that come.
Well, thank you so much, Myla, for talking to us about Orange Crush. Stay tuned. Coming up next is another special guest.
Hey everyone, I'm your host, Ikira Patterson, and
I am Natalie.
And today on this segment, we'll be talking about spring break with our host, Marcus Rouse Jr. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Marcus Rouse Jr. I am a film director. I'm also Mr. Freshman here at Savannah State University.
Okay.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, so like I said, we're talking about spring break. Are you traveling for spring break, or are you staying on campus for spring break?
For spring break, I have a couple plans actually. I plan on traveling to Florida with my family. We're going to Disney World. I've never been, so it should be pretty exciting. But mainly that and work.
What part of Disney World? Like Animal Kingdom, SeaWorld?
Really, Animal Kingdom, and I forgot which part it was, but it was the part they have Star Wars there.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of different things that I want to experience that they're going to have there. And also, along with that, they have the Rolling Loud concert that they have down there in Orlando, Florida. So I'll be going to that as well.
You definitely need to let us know how Rolling Loud is, because I've never been, but I always keep up with all the new artists who are going to be there. So you basically plan to have a lot of fun on spring break. And as a freshman, you should. But answer me this: how do you balance having fun with staying on track academically?
Really, when it comes to that, it's about time management, I would say, especially when you're in student leadership positions and you also have classwork on top of that. You really have to make sure you manage your time. So what I do is every week I have a schedule and I have set out days for different things. Like on Friday, that will be my reset day. So I'll wash my clothes on Friday and finish up any missing work that I have. On Saturday, I'll work on my company. And then on Sunday will be my rest day. So I'll go to church, binge watch Netflix, do all of that so I can make sure my mental health is in order, my physical health is in order, and my spiritual health is in order.
That is amazing, and I'm happy that you mentioned your reset day, because so many students just keep going and don't realize that is actually pretty helpful. So any other advice you would give to any student, especially a freshman, who would like to have fun during spring break, but they've never had spring break at college before? Is there anything you would want to tell them? Because you already have yours all set, so what would you say to somebody else?
What I would say is having fun in general is really about creativity and doing it with people that you enjoy to be around. So find out things that you love to do and do it with the people that you love to do. And that's how you have the best time and the best experience.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
And then, so for the trip, what are your must-haves?
Must-haves for the trips. First aid kit, of course.
Really?
Of course, always. You have to pack your luggage, so toiletries, extra clothes. I have to have a fit. Like a fit for every day out of the week. Just rolling around in Disney, have to. And things, just things to double check and make sure you're safe, especially when you're going to a new area that you've never been in before. So like Find My iPhone, Life 360, all of those things.
Right. So tell us, are you gonna catch a flight to Florida, or are you doing a road trip?
We're doing a road trip.
Road trip.
So we're gonna get our favorite snacks and everything. We're gonna do a carpool down there.
Alrighty, well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching our segment, Spring Break.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2026 Spring Countdown. With us here today to talk about this year's honors convocation is Mr. Matthew Chappelle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking about honors commission. What are the requirements to go?
Well, it's actually open for everybody on campus to actually attend, but usually it's for highlighting the achievement of honorary recipients. So like you got the bronze, silver, and gold honor recipients. So yeah.
Have you ever been honored in this convocation before?
Yes, I have. I
Talk to
was
us about
honored
that.
last year. I got the bronze. I'm trying to go for silver and gold this year, but last year I was honored with the bronze, and it was really good. You know, you get to see how people really look at your achievements for what they are, and they're very special. So.
Okay, so you'd say that this is something that can motivate students to want to get more involved in campus activities?
Yeah.
All right.
You can definitely see that.
Thank you.
And how do you balance the coursework of, you know, keeping your grades up to be able to attend in regular student life?
Well, what I like to do is I kind of like to balance out my week. So I always take the weekends to kind of get everything together, because throughout the week I'm always taking on a full course load, of course. So I like to take the weekend to kind of reset myself and start back at the beginning of the week.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chappelle. Thank you for agreeing to talk to us. Coming up next, we have another special guest for our next segment. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ikira Patterson, and
I'm Natalie.
Today on our segment, we'll be talking about graduation, and we have two guests. We have Dayton Vaughn and Tegan House. So graduation is approaching. So, like, what would you guys say was, like, the most challenging part of just being in college, period, before getting to graduation?
I would say majority of my semester has been more time management. I feel like time management in college is very hard, especially coming from, like, high school and transitioning over to college as well as your adult life. So transitioning into that and basically making a life with that as well as working, doing extracurricular activities, it's like, so I'm glad that I've gotten somewhat adjusted to it now at the finish line.
Okay, Mr. Vaughn, for you, what is one lesson you will take with you as you get ready to graduate?
One lesson. We just work hard. Just work hard. This was a long journey.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ikira Patterson, and we have
Natalie Gordon.
So for our segment today, we'll be speaking on Black History Month, and we have two guests. We have Max Baxter and Kaylin Walker.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
So what is one thing that you think everyone should know about Black History Month? Like, what's something important about Black History Month everyone should know?
Honestly, I feel like everyone should know their history, because I feel like as students sometimes, especially as African American students, we lack knowing our own history. It's kind of sad. So I feel like during that time we should definitely lean into our history.
And when you said black students and like the college and everything, I get what you're saying, because I come from a predominantly white high school, and some of the stuff that I learned in my African American studies class I've never learned before in my life. So that is definitely very important. Is there anyone like specific that you guys like that inspires you in Black History Month, or like you look up to?
I would say for me, it would definitely be Ryan Coogler. He's been making a lot of moves with his film centers, and you know that's my dream, to become a filmmaker and director. So him, with all these awards he's getting, especially breaking Oscar history, I'm like, that's gonna be me someday. So every day I'm working towards that.
I don't know about you ladies, but for me, I feel like Black History is not just a month, but at the same time, we get an entire month dedicated to us celebrating. We are Black students, and we're in an HBCU. So how important do you think it is, especially in this social climate, for Black students at an HBCU to celebrate Black History Month?
I say it's very important. Like you said, there's so much going on right now. So take the time, celebrate, honor yourself, reflect. Yes, this is the perfect time to do that.
So there's so much happening on campus. Is there anything specific that you guys are looking forward to maybe participating in?
I'm looking forward to Harlem Renaissance Festival that Players by the Sea does every year. They just this past week had auditions for their upcoming musical. It's called not Harlem Nights, it's something else, but it's about these two sisters who are from Atlanta, and they graduate from college and move to Harlem during the early stages of the Harlem Renaissance, and they're both into the arts. One wants to be a dancer, one wants to be and artists, and it's just about their journey and how they overcome the different struggles they face.
And this is a stage play?
Yes.
When is this going to be for those who might want to attend?
I don't think they put out an official date yet, but I know it will be within.
Okay, well, stay tuned, guys, for that.
Okay, and then we was talking about celebrating it with like different people or like going to like different events. But is there anything that you guys do to celebrate Black History Month for like yourself?
For me, I just feel like I take the time to reflect on, like our history makers and reflect on what I want to do.
Yeah.
How do I want to make history?
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for you guys. It's going to be Black History Month. Love yourself, celebrate yourself. That is all we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been the 2026 Spring Countdown. I'm your host, Natalie Gordon.
And I, Kara Patterson.
Bye-bye for now.